First of all, I would like to thank Linguistic Society of India, who has sanctioned my paper and who allow me to present my paper in this conference. And I'm thankful to CIIL too, who is organizing this time this conference. Myself, Pinky Pandya, I'm a professor of Mother Tongue Language Gujarati in Ahmedabad, and here I want to present an observation for morpheme. I have some observation on this morpheme. As we know, NIDA has mentioned that morphology is the study of morphemes and their arrangements in forming words. Morphemes are minimal meaningful units which may constitute words or parts of words. Whenever we have discussed about morpheme, mostly we have discussed the formation, how a morpheme construct. Whenever we want to define that morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit. It is syntactical or grammatical unit, and it cannot be divided anymore from that whatever word or stem it is. If we are going to divide it, then it may be meaningless, like abhyas. If we want to divide that word a plus bhyas, so it will be meaningless, or it may be change the meaning, like if there is a word dukan. If we want to divide this word dukan, so it may change the meaning. When we are look at the types of morpheme, we are having different way to bifurcate these types, like free morpheme versus bound morpheme, lexical versus grammatical, or root versus affection. Free morpheme, as we know, which is having individual meaning and it can be formed independently. Or there is a bound morpheme which cannot be formed independently without another morpheme. Examples as given, nadi, dharma, etc. are free morpheme, and ni, duh, a, etc. are bound morphemes. Another type of morpheme is lexical versus grammatical morpheme. Lexical morpheme, which is indicates content or lexical concept, or it denotes the not dependent on context. Or functional morpheme, which is having some grammatical function, like prepositions and etc. Root versus affection. Root is a root or base morpheme. Give the principal meaning is the root morpheme, and affixation, that affix can be inflectional or derivational. Inflectional morpheme is our, as we know, as case suffixes and etc. And derivational, it works to format new words. It may attach with some free morpheme or bound morpheme too, and it may change the meaning, or it may attach to part of speech even. As we know, there are three: prefix, suffix and infix. Now my focus is on this. Affixation is change the meaning of the root word, as in avagun, ava, it's change to an antonym, or it gives a sense of opposite. In Hindi there is a word kudang. The root word is dung, but ku adds meaning of bad. Urdu word kamjor, the root word is jor, but kam adds the meaning of less. Or Gujarati word angamo, there the root word is gamavu, which is a verb. It's changed into noun and then it will give sense of negation with an. The same way affection can change the root word, part of speech of the root word. As in Sanskrit, there is a verb drusha. With an suffix, it will be found the word darshana. So it is verb plus suffix which is changed into noun. In Hindi, there is a word surila. So sur is the root word and ila change it to adjective. Surila, surili, avaz, etc. It's variable. In Urdu, there is a root word taja. If we add gi suffix with that, it will be changed into noun tazagi. Or rakhadvu is a verb in Gujarati to roam around. But if we add u suffix with that, then it will be changed into adjective. So it will be from verb to adjective. So affection is either change the meaning or it may change the part of speech. There are some homonyms also, like their phonological form is same, the spelling is same, but it may work differently. Here two words are given, avivek and amulya. In the first word avivek, the vivek is the root word and a is prefix. The same way in amulya, mulya is the root word and a is prefix. In the both word there are prefix a, but in both word there are different meanings through that prefix. In avivek, it adds meaning of lacking or opposite, or it may form antonym. But in amulya, it gives meaning of spatial, not less of mulya but spatial value. So prefix a looks alike but having different meaning, so they are different morphemes. So either free morpheme or bound morpheme or grammatical or lexical, whatever we say, but any type of morpheme will have a single meaning or one function. Derivational morpheme may change the meaning or may change the part of speech. But now I want to draw your attention on this data. If you look at this data, padna, anpad, jana, durjana, pata, lapata. At a first glance, if we'll see, we'll find that these prefixes ana, du or la change their root word into adjective. But if we check it little bit closely, we'll find one more thing, that these prefixes not only change the root word in antonym, but it's changed the part of speech too. Padna is a verb, but anpad is an adjective. Jana is a noun, but durjan is adjective. Pata is a noun, but lapata is an adjective. So here we can say that the same prefix ana, it's performed in two processes simultaneously. One, it's changed the meaning in antonym, and the second, it's changed the part of speech from verb to adjective. So generally one morpheme is having one function or one meaning, but here we can see the simultaneous process. The same prefix is performing two actions at a time. This we can say see in different languages also. Here I have prepared some data from these three languages, Gujarati, Sanskrit and Urdu. Earlier I had collected the data of Hindi too, but I could see that in Gujarati and Sanskrit, as Sanskrit is the mother language of Gujarati and Hindi, or even Marathi. There are few similarities in that. So I am focusing on these three languages. In Gujarati, there is a suffix a. Sometimes it gives only antonyms like dharma, adharma, bhava, abhava, kshata, akshata. But here, if you can say, it's changed both the things, meaning and part of speech. Khanda, akhanda. So khanda is a noun and akhand is an adjective, and it gives opposite meaning too. And the sima, asim, sar, asar, the same process we can see that change both the things, meaning and part of speech. In this group, the same prefix is there, a, but it's changed from verb to adjective. Kalvu is a verb, khutvu is a verb, chukvu is a verb, but the derived form is an adjective with opposite sense. Here I have collect Sanskrit prefix also. Here also you can see that there are lot many prefixes, but here a prefix change only meaning, but in this group it performs simultaneous process. Dvesha, advesha. Dvesh is a noun but advesh is an adjective. Kshaya is a noun but akshaya is an adjective, and it add sense of opposite or antonym even. Ana, anvaya, ananvaya, abhignya, anabhignya, apeksha, anapeksha. Only meaning change, but in this group we can say again it performs simultaneous process, adds opposite meaning and change part of speech to noun to adjective. Abra, anabra, anga, ananga. The same way, there is one more suffix in Sanskrit, du. Bala is a noun, but durbala is an adjective with having bad or difficult meaning shades. Mukha, durmukha. The another group we can see that durgama, durghata, these are the adjectives which are derived from verbs with the same meaning sense, bad or difficult, but here it's change a verb to an adjective with this suffix du. Another suffix ni, as we say kapata, nishkapata, ajina, nirajina. So here also we can see simultaneous process. A single affix, single prefix having two process at a time. In Urdu also we can see this. There are lot many affixes from Persian or Arabic, but we are having through Urdu. So some of these prefixes like kama, to kamjora. Jor is the root word, but kam adds meaning of less, but it's changed. Jor is a noun and kam is an adjective. Beimana, iman is a noun but beiman is an adjective with opposite or antonym thing. The same way Badasurat, surat is a noun, but when we add prefix bad, it will change into antonym as well, adjective. Lapata is an Arabic prefix. Through Urdu we are having that. So lapata, laparwa. So again that simultaneous process, change of meaning and change of part of speech at a time. So generally we are having sense that morpheme is having a single meaning, but there are few affixes or we can say prefixes are having two changes at a time or two functions at the same time. This was my observation. I got to an opportunity to share with you, and I am thankful for that.
So thank you, madam, for your presentation. But I have one comment.
Yes, sir.
Comment that at the top of your presentation you defined morpheme as a grammatical or syntactic unit, but yes, there is a discussion that morpheme is a psychological unit, because in some places you may not be able to augment those things at the level of grammar. So please means consider this for further presentation.
Yes, sir.
And for that you may consult one article has been published in the Oxford Handbook of Inflection, The Morpheme, Its Nature and Use, by Anderson. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is my observation. There is no question. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Thank you, sir.